Welcome to Moms That Cuss, where motherhood is real, life is chaotic, and we say the words other moms pretend they don't. We're your hosts, Tiff Tee, bringing real life, raw, and non-judgmental conversations about chaos, kids, and clapbacks. Let's get into this shit.
Hey guys, welcome to Moms That Cuss Podcast. I'm T, and we have also Tiff, and we're going to be talking about a little holiday chaos. Some of the shit that we're dealing with.
So much shit.
So much shit. I'm not sure if I'm ready for the holidays to be over. Well, I think I am ready for the holidays to be over because it's just a lot of stress and anxiety at this time. But
Yeah.
I really like pink Christmas decorations.
Oh, I like the pink too, but we usually go traditional, like red, green, white, silver-ish colors. But like we're also all over the place. Like we can't stick to a theme. Like we have a million different themes. But the pink is really pretty. I wish I was like really girly and like could do an actual pink Christmas
Yeah,
because I would. But I don't think
I
I can
think I
commit.
might.
No, I feel that. I feel that. We have Grinch stuff too. Like I actually bought like the big cutouts of the Grinch and Max, which I love the Grinch. Like if I relate with anyone,
Oh my God.
man, is it the Grinch? It is the Grinch. It is. It is. It's funny because like especially when I'm pregnant, oh my gosh, am I the Grinch? I really am. And I'm always pregnant, like super, super pregnant. All of my kids are born like around the same time, and I'm so super pregnant around Christmas. So yeah, I'm real Grinchy. But we we've got a bunch of Grinch stuff. I also really, really love the gingerbread, but I also really like the elves too. And so I don't know, we've got a mix of Gingy and elves and Grinch and just all the things. But no, I'm so ready for Christmas to be over, which I am a very Christmassy person. Like I absolutely love Christmas. Marvin is like hardcore Christmas, like hardcore Christmas. I usually watch Hallmark
Oh, that's cute.
every single night and do all the Hallmark Christmas movies and we usually, yeah, yeah, I usually do. Marvin doesn't watch them with me. I watch them usually by myself or with the kids. But we usually like our house is like Christmas vomit. Like there's literally shit hanging from ceilings, like so much shit. And girl, like I'm so ready for it to be over. Um, we had bought a few years ago when we were living in your neighborhood, stuff to do a light show, right? So I love Christmas. It is my favorite holiday. But he's definitely Mr. Christmas. So he gets he's so giddy. But we're just in a funk this year. Again, because this state, we hate it here. But so okay. We got this light show. We invested in this light show a few years ago. So this year we were like, all right, we're gonna do our light show again. And our neighborhood now, although we hate it here, and I'm gonna continue to tell y'all that. Like, so just be prepared. Every
Just so they
chance
don't
I
forget.
get to talk
Just so
about
they
how
don't
much I
forget.
hate where I am right now, I'm gonna take it. Okay. Just so y'all don't forget. I hate it here. The people here fucking suck, like wholeheartedly. And if you're watching, you fucking suck.
You can't
I
listen
love
to
you.
shit.
Subscribe and watch and follow. But y'all really suck.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I
y'all suck.
put this in the
Uh,
group. Hey, here's a link. Do you want to support my
uh,
podcast?
so
Here's the link to the podcast. I'm dropping it. Please go support. Listen, like, subscribe, all the things. They're gonna be like, what the hell?
exactly. I'm gonna curse you out because you suck.
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
But
why
here's
would
my
she
link.
even put this in the group if she was gonna talk about us like this?
I'm saying, well, hold on. It'll make sense when I tell you this story why they suck. Okay. So, so the neighborhood is like we were so excited because the neighborhood got real creative for Halloween. Like they have like a golf cart parade and everybody decorates their golf carts and you like throw candy at kids and we participated in that and like we had so much fun doing that. And they had all types of events and they have like these characters that walk around that look like scary characters and like they're the neighborhood characters, everybody knows them, and like you're supposed to follow them. They give hints and then you're supposed to like try to find them. And then you find them in a field and it's like this big party and everything. So I was like, "Oh, cool, cool. This neighborhood's going to be great and we're going to have a fun time. These are our people." And they're not our people. They're definitely not our people because they hate Christmas apparently. I don't know, but they hate it. So they haven't really done anything at all for Christmas. But again, going based off of what we saw for Halloween, we were like, yeah, we're going with the light
Uh-huh.
show this year. We're gonna add two. So we went and we bought more stuff, and I've got like an animatronic reindeer outside that like he moves his head
Uh-huh.
and everything and like looks a little bit more realistic. And we've got like all types of lights in the front of the house. We got some blow ups, and then we've got our music box outside that plays music, and the lights dance to the music. So, girl, Nick goes to school one day and he comes home and he's like, my friend's mom, who lives across the street from us, told her daughter to tell you to turn off your damn Christmas music and your lights. I was like, oh, oh, like,
No.
hold up. What? And so then Petty Patty comes out, and I'm like, okay, I'm Petty Patty at this point. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna turn that shit louder. I mean, I did turn it off, but yeah, I had to like pull back and not be so petty. But yeah, like they were like complaining about our lights. And so that kind of like, threw us off, and we felt really bad about that cuz you spend a lot of time and money putting like that stuff's not easy. You got to sync it all. It's all Wi-Fi connected, so like it's constantly like going outside and making sure that all the lights are linking up and they're playing correctly. And then the music, and then we have a projector in one of the rooms in the front of the house that projects Santa like going down a chimney and like putting toys underneath a Christmas tree. And so there's so much that goes into it to then have the neighbor be like, stop playing your fucking
Yes.
Christmas music and turn off your damn lights.
That's
Um,
crazy.
so that really,
And then the
really
fact that the
sucked.
kid went to school and actually said that
Yeah.
to Nick.
But
I'm surprised Nick didn't like clap back.
I was like, "What? And what did you say?" He's
Validation.
like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Nick, you needed to say something." And so I
That I
would
said
tell her to tell her mom, okay? And then I had to, Marvin was waking up the next morning and I was like, "Tell Nick not to say that. Tell Nick not to say that. I've rethought. Okay, we're not gonna, we're not gonna be the bad people. Tell him not to say that." Because I was hot and heavy. I was hot and heavy. But so talking about the Christmas lights, um, girl, it's so fucking crazy over here. Um, so I work from home, um, and Marvin is getting ready to take the kids to school, whatever, one day, and he's like all panicked because he takes Nick to school, and then I get up with Asher, and then I take Brooke to school, and he's all panicked, and he's like, "The internet's not working. The internet's not working," and I don't know what the hell's going on, but like I've got to get out the house, and I don't know how you're gonna work. Just come to my office, and he gets real panicked. Like he does not like when shit doesn't work the way it's supposed to. And he's very techy, so, like, he has to troubleshoot everything and know why the internet's not working, but he also knows he doesn't have the time to figure it out at 5 o'clock in the morning because that's what time Nick gets up at 5. And, like, they leave the house, like, 5:30, 5:45 to make sure Nick gets to school on time. And, yeah, it's early, they've got early mornings, and so he's, like, all panicked, and so I'm sitting here and I'm like on the phone with the internet company, and I don't have time to deal with this shit. I don't know. This is Marvin. Like Marvin is very much there's like wife roles and
right.
there's husband roles, and this is a husband role. I should not be doing this. Um so I'm on the phone with the internet company and the lady's trying to like troubleshoot through the phone, and I'm like, "Can I pull my husband in on this call? Like he needs to be in on this call. I don't know what you're asking of me." So I also don't feel good, and it's cold outside. And she's having me like walk around the
Because
house
this
and
is a
look
husband
for
job.
a box. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking for. And then she's like, so I find the box. Yeah, this is a husband thing. Okay. This is a husband role. And I'm a wife. I'm not a husband. So you're talking to the wrong person. And so then I find the box. I finally find the box without Marvin's help, by the way. Yay me. Okay. And of course it's outside on the side of the house and it's freezing cold. And she's like, okay, well, it has no power to the box. And I'm like, okay, what do I do? And she's like, well, there should be a reset button on one of the switches. And I'm like, I don't see a reset button. And like in my mind, I'm like, am I a jackass? And like, do I not know what I'm looking for? Because again, this is a husband job, you know? And so she's like, no, there has to go check inside the garage. She had me checking the breakers and everything. And I'm like, no, they're all where they're supposed to be, I think. And she's like, okay, we'll check the outlets. And I'm like, you know how many outlets are in this garage? Like, what? Who's got time for this? Send out a text. You know when you're like yelling at the automated system, agent, 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 send out a text, send out a text, send out a text. She's not listening. So she just keeps telling me to find the fucking reset button. And so I'm walking around my entire house outside in the garage trying to find the reset button. And I'm like, man, there's no reset button. Okay. There's no reset button. So she agrees to send out a tech. Okay. Tech comes out. He's out there for like 2 seconds. He's like, can you open your garage? I'm going to look at the breaker box. And I'm like, yeah. So I open the garage and he goes, oh, I see what happened. And I'm like, "What do you see?" Because I looked at the breaker box and it looks fine. He goes, "Yeah, it's in the middle." And I'm like, "Just that one
Uh-huh.
is in the middle." And he goes, "It's supposed to be all the way whatever, right?" And I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Your Wi-Fi was turned off." And I'm like, "How the fuck does the Wi-Fi turn off? Like what?" He goes, "You see that box out there that you got for your Christmas lights?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "It soaked up a lot of rain because it rained last night and it blew your electricity to your Wi-Fi." Are you fucking kidding me? My light show caused my internet
Oh my
to
God.
go out in my house. What? So we're all panicked. I wasn't able to work all day long, Thankfully like I'm able to manage on my phone. But like Marvin's all panicked. I'm all panicked. I'm like, I work from home. Like somebody needs to get out here and get the shit going. And
That everyone hates.
girl, it was our light show that everyone hates that cut our
Oh my God.
electricity to our Wi-Fi off. So he just flips the switch so effortlessly right back on. He's like, you might want to just like watch that box doesn't accumulate a lot of water. And I'm like, okay. So we leave the light show off for a couple of days, and I tell Marvin, I'm like, okay, well, we put all this time and money into this light show, like we should really put it on. And he's like, okay. And so we put it on. Girl, it was 4:30 in the morning. I'm wide the fuck awake. Tell me why all of a sudden my internet stops. The fucking Wi-Fi blew again. Blew again. So now we
Oh
don't
my
even have
God.
the light show
And
on.
like everybody hates the light show. Kind of like how do you remember that show Everybody Hates Chris? That's how I'm feeling about your light show right now. Everybody hates the light show,
That everybody
girl.
hates our lights. But it's crazy because it's like where the light show is again in the front of the house, and there's multiple outlets. Like we've got so many lights, we've got them hooked to the front of the house, we've got cords running through the back of the house
Yeah.
and the outlets in the back of the house. So it's not like we're running them all off of the same outlet. So I'm like, you went through how many outlets? Like you had to bypass how many outlets through this entire house to blow the Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi only. You didn't
That's
burn any
crazy.
other outlets but our
It
internet.
does. I'm convinced
It hates
because there's
us.
no
It
way
hates us.
that of all the things that it could have blew, it just went straight to the Wi-Fi.
So now I'm like again, I'm Grinch. And I'm just like, F the holiday. Like I just want it to be over. And so, we just don't feel very Christmassy this year. We're not really like we don't feel very welcomed and we don't feel very Christmassy. And so, I tried to pull out the Christmas tree, right, a couple weeks ago. And we usually decorate earlier,
Mhm.
like right before Thanksgiving or like definitely Thanksgiving. And so we didn't decorate earlier, and so I was like, "All right." Marvin was at work one day. Me and Jordan were home, and I go in the garage and I start going through our Christmas stuff and pulling it all out. And like me and Jordan bring it all in the house, and we're like, "All right, we're gonna go through this, and we're gonna bring the tree." And I put the tree together. We bought this beautiful tree 2 years ago, and it's flocked, right? And I love the flocked tree. So I put it together, and I'm like, all right, when Marvin gets home, we'll separate the branches and make it big and fluffy, and we'll decorate the tree. And um, we got busy, whatever. Okay, so we push it off. I'm like, we'll do it on the weekend. The weekend passed. We didn't decorate the tree, and so I'm sitting here like randomly one night, and I'm like, if we don't decorate this fucking tree, like tonight,
Mhm.
I'm just getting rid of it. Like I'm just done. And so um there was whatever crazy stuff going on in the house. And I was like, "You want some Chipotle?" And Martin's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I'm gonna go get some Chipotle. Jordan, let's go get Chipotle. And he looks at me and he goes,
Uh-huh.
"Where else are you going?" And I'm like, "To get Chipotle." And he's like, "Mm." So he calls me and he's like,
What?
"The Christmas tree is at the curb." And I'm like, "What?" He's dragged our entire Christmas
Oh
tree to
my
the curb and was just like,
gosh.
"Fuck it." Folks, girl, I came home, the Christmas tree was definitely at the curb. Yeah. So, so I came home with a Christmas tree, a real Christmas tree. But what should have been like a 5-minute trip to the Tractor Supply store to get a Christmas tree turned into a shit show, right? Because of course it did. Because it couldn't have been easy. So, of course,
Oh my
like
gosh,
the
of course
Tractor
not.
Supply that's near the Chipotle didn't have Christmas trees. So I had to go into the neighboring city to get a Christmas tree, which nothing's close over here. So it's like a 25-minute drive just to get, over there. So I was like, "Jordan, which one closes first?" And she's like, "The Tractor
Uh-huh.
Supply, and then we can go to Chipotle." And I was like, "Bet." And then our food's still warm. So we go to Tractor Supply. We pull in. There's no lights in the parking lot. And so I go in and I'm like, "Where's your Christmas trees?" And she's like, "All the way to the right out front." And I'm like, "In the pitch black, like where there's no lights, you've got Christmas trees." Okay. So so Jordan's in shorts and a tank top, because she didn't know we were going to get a Christmas tree really. So I'm like over there now by myself trying to find a Christmas tree. In the pitch dark, I can't see shit. So then I go back in and I'm like, "Okay, I want a Christmas tree." And they're like, "Well, which one?" And I'm like, "The one out there. Like, just get one." Like, what?
You want me to be specific?
They're all, I
How do
can't
you
see shit, I don't fucking know. Yeah, you want me to choose exactly what, just choose a tree, grab a tree. Um, and they were younger, kids, teenagers. And so this old man, I don't even know who he was, but he was the sweetest old man. And he's like, "Oh, I'll come out there and I'll get the Christmas
Oh
tree."
my
But then they didn't know the barcode to get the Christmas tree. So like it turned into like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in this dark corner outside in the cold to just get the Christmas tree. So then I go back in and now I'm trying to pay for it, right? And I'm like, "All right, where's the stand? Because I need a stand. I don't have a stand." And they're like, "Oh, we don't have stands. They sent us the trees, but they didn't send a
what?
stand." And I'm like, "Are you
They're selling
fucking
Christmas trees.
kidding
There's no
me?"
stands.
Like,
And the Tractor Supply.
so then I'm on the y'all are selling Christmas trees in a Tractor Supply, like where you would think you would have trees and stands. So there's a Walmart next door, and I'm like, "All right, I'll just grab one from Walmart." Walmart doesn't have any stands. So now I'm like on the phone with Marvin. I'm like, "I got a tree. Like, where the fuck is the stands? Find me a stand." So he's like, "Oh, Lowe's has them." But Lowe's is now in the other city. So like we were in one city and then we had to go into a
Oh
different
my
city. And then
gosh.
we still had to go to Chipotle, which was in a different city. So we drive out to Lowe's. Girl, we get the stand. I'm like, "Can we just get to Chipotle at this point? It's like
I
10
just
o'clock
want
at
my
night.
food.
Like, let's just get our Chipotle. I just want Chipotle and let's go home." So we get home, we get our Christmas tree up. We have these like Govee lights that also are
Uh-huh.
like a light show, and they like drape over the top of the tree. That's our Christmas tree this year. Tree, Govee lights, stand. That's it. We didn't put a bow, we didn't put balls,
Basic.
nothing. That's our
Very
Christmas tree this
basic.
year.
That's it. That's all you got.
We're just
Girl, that
done.
is so funny though, because
We're just
I was
done.
wanting to put my Christmas tree up early, Christmas tree, because I usually do two Christmas trees. When I moved into the house, I have this big house and I need to like fill the space.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, now I can get like a nice big real Christmas tree and decorate it really pretty. Because I have 11 kids, I needed a tree that I could just put their things on, like all their made up things. They come home, they're like, "Oh, mom, I made this at school." And I was like, I don't think I want that on my
Mhm.
last couple of years. The kids have had a tree and I had been buying a real tree. So I told Larry I wanted to decorate at like the beginning of November. I was like, okay, we didn't decorate for Halloween, so I definitely want to decorate for
Yeah.
outside for Christmas, and I want to go ahead and get the tree. So Larry started buying stuff to decorate outside, like the inflatables and stuff like that. And I was gonna get a real tree, and something was like, "Nah, girl, you don't want a real tree." Last year, I think I ended up paying like almost
Girl.
$140 for my real tree because I have all this ceiling in my living room. So I'm like,
Yes.
I have to get something bigger than a 5-foot tree. I at least have to have six, but I would prefer maybe seven. But either
Yeah.
way, I said I'm not gonna pay $145 for a tree this year.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy one, a fake one. So and then I said, oh, I want to do a flocked Christmas tree. So I ended up finding
Yeah.
one on um Marketplace actually, and the lady charged me, I don't know, I think it was like $80 for a 7-foot tree, I think, 7 or 7.5. So I was super excited
Mhm.
about that. And then what ended up happening was Larry was like, it's too early to put up the Christmas tree. So then I was pissed because our typical tradition is the day after Thanksgiving. So it was before Thanksgiving. So then I had to wait to put the Christmas tree up because he's like, it's too early. So the girls are in college now and the dynamics has changed a little bit. Typically, the day after Thanksgiving, we all play music. The girls are really excited. They help put up the Christmas tree and so forth and so forth. This year, the day after Thanksgiving, the
Yeah.
girls weren't even home. They had stayed the night at their friend's house. So, and I didn't want them to, oh no, you can't stay at your
Oh.
friend's house because, we're supposed to decorate the tree after the day after Thanksgiving. But the boys don't give a damn about the fucking Christmas tree. And the littles, they're just in the damn way.
Yeah.
It literally took us about a week to get up the Christmas trees. And then my neighbors started putting out decorations. And I was like, oh, she's trying to do it big. So I started feeling some type of way because she had came to me when she first moved here a couple years ago, and she was like, "Oh, T, you're making or you're putting out decorations for Halloween. Oh, I want to do this for my kids." So then this year she comes out and she's like, bam, she's got the fucking reindeers, she's got the light up presents, she's got the fucking light up candy canes down her driveway. And I'm like, oh no, fuck that. Mm-mm. It was not sitting well with me. And I was like, Larry, you need to get ordering some more.
Yeah, like, it's a competition.
Shit.
This is what we're
We are
doing.
behind.
This is what we're doing.
I'm like, you need to order some more shit. She got fucking lights out there. She got the fucking jumping reindeer, the snow globe. So I asked her, I said, oh, that looks nice. Where'd you get that from? She's like, I got it from Big Lots. I said, oh, you're trying to be fancy now, huh? And she's like, well, T, I seen when you were decorating and stuff. I told you I wanted my kids to have decorations outside. I said, oh, you trying to make it a competition, huh? And she's laughing, and I'm like, oh no, bitch, I'm for real. Because I'm fucking petty. Yeah, and I
This
was
ain't a
like,
game
oh
no
no.
more.
So
Okay.
meanwhile,
We
I've
going
told my
hard.
sister, I've told my godmother, I've told my mom, like I'm really kind of pissed. I'm like, no. So Larry's like, I'm not trying to have a competition. I'm just trying to have fun with it. And I'm like, no, I need something on my fucking roof. Like, I need something. Like, what are we doing? So he was like, all right, well, I'll order this and I'll order that. And the poor guy, he was so sweet about it. But I was just like, no. So we get some decorations up. But mind you, it is what's today's date? Whatever. We are well into
The
December and
16th,
Christmas is
I
getting
think.
ready to be here. And we were just putting up more decorations
Yeah.
past weekend. And I'm telling him, I'm like, I need more lights. It needs more lights. And he's like, I'm not doing this. So every time we ride through the neighborhood, I'm like, see, they have lights on their roof. And he's like, I'm not getting on the roof. And I'm like, well, sir, that's why ours doesn't outdo the fucking neighbors because you won't get on the roof and put the damn lights up. He's like, next year, you're just going to have to pay somebody. And I'm like, no, why am I supposed to pay somebody when I got you? I'm not paying anybody. You just need to be good for it. and put the fucking lights on the
Oh
roof.
my god.
So he goes and he's like, I will put something on. So he goes out, he buys a new inflatable, and he's like, I can't really find anything that's for the roof that's reasonable. Because I told him, I mean, I'm cheap. I am El Cheapo. Like, I don't like to spend money. But when it's shit like this, I'm like, spend all my damn dollars, okay? The kids won't have Christmas, but guess what? We're going to have lights outside. Lights. So, yeah, they're going to know.
They're gonna know we won this shit.
Yeah.
Okay?
So they're like,
They're gonna
so
know. They learned
he
a
goes out
valuable
and he
lesson
gets
this year.
this Grinch, right? And the Grinch is like hanging from a candy cane. It's a blow up. It's hanging from the candy cane. So I was like, yeah, put this on. You're gonna have to get on the
Yeah.
roof. So he did bend. He ended up going out of the kid's window and getting on the roof. And he's hanging it up, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, no,
Oh
no,
my
no, that's
gosh.
not right. You can't see that. You gotta put it in front. Like, you gotta reach your hand over. He's on the roof, like, I'm not doing that. You're crazy. And I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. You just need to reach your arm out a little bit, put the damn tabs up there, and hang that shit. Like, I'm not crazy. You just need to be able to see it. So, anyways, he puts up the Grinch, and this girl comes out with a fucking blow up that has reindeers and Santa on the sleigh. I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, I fucking quit. She has a new inflatable. It's the damn Santa Claus with reindeers on a sleigh. I was like, fuck this. I was like, I'm sick of this.
Oh my gosh. And I'm laughing so fucking hard right now because I literally can see this playing out. Like, I see Larry on the fucking roof, climbing out the window, yelling at you. Like, and
Yeah.
I see you out there, like, telling him to do better. And, like, I feel like we need to, like, cue a
Oh
picture
my
at this
god.
point of Larry on the roof because that's hilarious. Like, I'm literally laughing so hard. And if they could see what I could see
It was
mentally, they would be
literally a
laughing just
real
as hard.
situation. He
Um,
kept saying, like,
because what a
I'm
sight.
not climbing the ladder and getting on the roofs. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I said I wanted lights. You told me I could buy the lights. Now you're telling me you're not getting on the roof. I don't understand. Like, he's like, I bought this and I bought that. And I'm like, I get it. But I also said I wanted lights on the roof. I don't understand where the disconnect is.
You hear the
So
words that are coming out of
he's
my
like,
mouth.
and he did. He bought like one of these like Grinch stands, and well, it's the lights, and it flashes like the
Yeah.
Grinch and Max and something else. So, it's on the house. But then I was like, this is not enough lights. So I ended up finding another one that I had from last year that blinked red and green lights. I mean, it's cool, but I just want the lights on the roof. And there's one on the bottom part of the roof, but I want him up top on the top part of the roof. And he's just like, I'm not in competition. And I'm like, you're not for me. Whose side are you on here? We're supposed to be making this shit an extravaganza. And we do have some blow ups in the yard. And I mean, it looks decent. But when I seen her put out that other big blow up, I was like, you know what? Just fuck it. Because I'm not buying that. Larry's like, you can't be in competition with somebody. It's just supposed to be for
Oh
fun.
god.
No, I'm upset because I wanted to outdo her house, and then so my sister's texting me. She's like, can I see pictures of the house? And I'm like, we're not done yet. It's the end of the damn month. Like, we're in the middle of the month. And we're still not done yet. I told him, just fucking forget it. Whatever we got now is what we got, and that's just what it's gonna be. And then the kids were like, well, I mean, they're both nice,
but
but you have
but
your theme and she has whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it is nice over there. I just think that if I had more lights, then I'd be a little bit more satisfied. Cause he's like, are you satisfied yet? I mean, yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah. But really, I'm like,
oh no. More
oh
lights.
my God, it's
More
just so funny.
lights,
I feel bad
Larry.
for Larry sometimes because I just, when I have something like, when I go for an obsession, I like go for it.
Well, and see, that's why I told you you and Marvin are so much alike because Marvin would have been the one outside, like, they have this, we need this. And I'm like, no, we're good. And he's like, no, we need this. Like, okay. Like somebody's got a statue of Santa. And Marvin's like, get me a fucking suit. Like I'm gonna sit outside. We bought a fucking
Oh
snow
my
machine. I don't know if
gosh.
I told you that, but we literally bought a fucking snow machine for our outside so he could blow snow. That's you. That's you, like you would be like,
It's
"Oh, okay, you got snow on your windows? Bet Imma buy a snow
That's
machine. I got
literally
snow
me.
on my fucking
And I was
yard,
like,
bitch."
she got
Like,
candy canes. Well, I'm gonna put something on there on my driveway. It's not gonna be candy canes. And then I had my sister obsessed with it. She's like looking through Amazon, like, oh, maybe you could try these type of lights instead of the candy canes. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna light my damn driveway up. She just got the candy canes. I'm gonna light my shit up. I mean, I shouldn't have been going so hard and trying to outdo somebody, but it's like, oh, you got the Grinch out there. I'm gonna put the Grinch. I'm about to hire somebody to be out here from from 6 to 8 every
mhm.
night. You know,
Yep.
talking about stink, stank, stunk. Like so serious about it. I'm so serious about it. But all the kids are like, "Mom, Tia got." I'm like, "Don't tell me what she has. Like that's pissing me off." I'm getting so mad. But I am proud of her because she really did a good job and she decorated for Halloween. Larry was like, you've got to just be okay with it because you started this. She's younger than I am. So he's like, you put something in her. And I'm like, there again, but we need more lights. Like, I don't care about any of it.
Great. I'm an awesome motivator, but more
So
lights,
yeah,
Larry.
anyway,
More
that's
lights,
my holiday
Larry.
chaos. The fact that, I was trying to outdo somebody and then she goes gets this giant freaking blow up. And I was like, I'm not about to do that. I'm not getting any more blow ups because our yard is not even that big. We've got this little piece of a section of a front yard. Like the side of our house has more yard than the front of our house. So like I can't even fit anything else in the front of my house.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so there goes my
That's
holiday
hilarious.
chaos. I mean, we usually try to do some, but the kids are older now. So I feel like we can do more
Yeah.
um with trying to get the kids involved.
Yeah.
And oh, and the freaking elf. Has your elf moved it? Because I know last time I talked to you, you're like, my elf hasn't moved in 3 damn days.
Man, girl, he was in the fridge for like a solid 4 damn days. And like Nick kept asking, isn't he getting cold? I'm like, he lives in the North Pole. Like,
Oh my
this
God.
is comfortable for him. But so we introduced Simon this year too. And so I don't know why we introduced Simon because like I have just a habit of just doing shit all the time and like I can't make my life easier. I always have to make my life harder. And so even though I know we epically fail at Jingle Bells, who is our elf, I decided I was going to add Simon, who is a shepherd this year. And so yeah, Simon and Jingle Bells were in the fridge for about 4 damn days and I just kept telling the kids that it was because they didn't clean their room, that's why they didn't move. And then they brought tic-tac-toe one day. Like, I'm not for the shits with the elf, let me just say that. Because my kids fuck up my houses, like, already. I don't need the elf fucking up my house. So usually when Jingle Bells comes, he brings, like, a treat or something to do or a game or he just moves around and says something or does something funny, not where he's like tearing up stuff. So he did tic-tac-toe with like marshmallows and him and Simon were playing tic-tac-toe and Nick was like, well, is somebody going to play tic-tac-toe with me? And I was like, yeah, I'll play tic-tac-toe with you. And we played and we should have changed out the scene that night. And Nick woke up the next morning and Simon and Jingle Bells were still playing tic-tac-toe. He's like, why did Simon or Jingle Bells move? And I was like, because you fucking suck. You lost. Like, you got to beat them at tic-tac-toe. Like, they're not going anywhere until you get better at this game,
My
dude.
God.
Stop losing. you know? So Simon's done some cool stuff. Like Simon brought them each $20. And when I say cool stuff, right, this just again goes into how chaotic and shitty sometimes our lives are. So Simon brought them each $20 and they were supposed to take the $20 because Simon is the shepherd. And so he was teaching a lesson about giving back and not, like the season is about giving, not receiving. And they were supposed to take that $20 and they were supposed to spend it on someone else. And so I had set it up to where in the neighborhood, the school was having like a pop up shop, like vendor fair kind of thing with cheap little gifts that you can buy for usually like your family members or whatever. So we went to this pop up shop and it was a fucking madhouse. Literally, you could not move. There were so many people. I don't know why we decided we were going to go in, but we put Asher in the stroller and we walk into this thing and very overwhelming. And there was another baby in there
Oh
older than
gosh.
Asher and it was just like screaming the entire time, which had Asher like yeah, full blown panic mode. Like Asher was like literally shaking. Asher doesn't cry. He is literally the happiest baby. And like he was so panicked and it was so chaotic. There was a kid that climbed over Asher's car seat, I mean, his stroller. There was a kid in a wheelchair and it
Oh my
was really
God.
tight. And this kid then climbed over this kid in the wheelchair. And I was just like, yeah, we abort. I was like, abort mission. We're done. And Nick's like, are we not going to spend our money on other people? Like, Simon wanted us to spend our money on other people. And I'm like, let's go to Chick-fil-A. I need a Diet Coke. I need to decompress what we just went through. We'll
Oh my
figure something
damn.
else out. And we wound up with fucking this. This is how we wound up with the flu. So going to the vendor affair where we were supposed to be spending our money on other people turned into a complete shit show that caused us to wind up super sick. So we haven't done that. And fuck, I don't even know where Simon or Jingle Bells is at this moment. I don't know when the last time they moved. Like, I'll probably write a note that they went back to the North Pole sometime this week. Santa needed us.
We have a lot of
Yeah.
stipulations because we have dogs. So we can only put the damn elf so many places without, because
Yeah.
Frank would surely piss on Florice. I know he would, just because he's an asshole like that. I know he would pee on the damn elf. So, we can't put food down. They're like, oh, mom, remember that year when Florice had Nutella? And something, something, something. And I'm like, yeah. And I can't do that because Zoe comes into my bathroom sometimes. So, I can't put Florice in the kids' bathroom because they're in there, like they're in there a lot. I'm like, she might be supposed to hang from the damn mirror and her ass is somewhere, in the trash can because they done knocked her over. So either way, one night Larry was like, are you gonna do the elf? And I was like, no, it's your night to do the elf because we're supposed to be in this together, so it's your night to do the elf. And he was like, all right, no, I'll do the elf. He forgets to do the elf, so I wake up the next morning. I'm like, oh
Hmm.
shit, the elf, the elf. And he's like, I already did it, I already did it. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yep.
What'd you do? And he goes, oh, I put the elf in the tree. And I'm like, that's it? Like, that's it? And
That's
he's
what you
like,
did.
yeah. And I'm like, oh shit, these kids are gonna give me hell when they wake up talking about the elf is in the tree. Girl, sure enough, they come because every morning they're like, oh, we're going to find the elf. Oh, mom, this is where she was at, whatever. They come in, they're like, mom, we found Florice. I was like, you did? And they're like, yeah, she's in the tree. Like, I'm like, oh. It's like, oh,
Such
and she's like,
disappointment.
yeah. And I was like, oh, maybe she's just chilling. She's like, they're like, she didn't have a note. I was like, oh, it's okay, baby. Like maybe she's just chilling, whatever. And I was like, we didn't get a tree topper. So maybe she's trying to be like the tree topper. And they're like, mom, she's not at the top of the tree.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, all right. So I told Larry, I said, don't do that shit no more. Because I'm getting too much fucking backlash for that. Don't do that. Do not. You got to come up with something else. You got to come up with something else. I told him, I'm like, they look forward to the elf and they have high expectations for Flores. She cannot just be in the damn tree. She
Yeah.
had to have some type of action. So That I had put her hanging from the chandelier last night. And I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. She was hanging from the chandelier, but she also didn't have a note. But girl, they thought that was the coolest thing ever. Mom, she's hanging from the chandelier. She's hanging from the light thing. And I was like, "Oh, the chandelier." They're like, "Yeah." So they tell Larry, "She's hanging from the chandelier," because that's what I said. And I was like, "See, that's cool." But like, you just placed her in the tree. Like, that's not good enough for them. It's not good enough for them. So my mom, shout out to my mom,
Okay.
obsessed with things, and she knows that I do. So this year she actually ordered some stuff for Flurries to have, and it was like a little kit, and it had 3 outfits. So my mom was all excited, and she's like, "Can you incorporate me? Can you incorporate me?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Mhm.
So one of them was like a sleeping
Oh,
bag and some pajamas. So I put on the note, "All right, let's have a movie night and watch Back in Action." That's one of Yaya's favorite movies. Girl, I said a movie night. They were trying to watch Back in Action and have popcorn at fucking 9 o'clock in the morning Saturday. They were so excited. They're like, "Flori said this is one of Yaya's favorite
aw,
movies." And I'm like, "Yeah, they're excited about her."
that's really sweet. I just texted Jordan and I was just like, well, we're talking about it. I'm like, maybe y'all should go do something with Jingle Bells. Cause so Jordan and Brooklyn, they're old enough, they know. And so like they were excited.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, can we take over this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like that helps me. I've got a million things, especially with Asher now, like our night routine is so much different than what it was a year ago." And so I was like, "Yeah, you guys can run it this year." And they forget. There's so many times where I'm like, "Go move the elf," or like I go downstairs early in the morning and I do something. And so I just texted Jor and I was like, "Y'all should go do
Right.
something with Jingle Bells." Like, if you haven't done something, go do something. But man,
The girls, they have been like, they've done it a couple of times, and before they weren't, but well, I think they did help out a little bit last year, but this year apparently like some of their friends were talking about it, so they kind of got into it. So sometimes they'll text me at night like, "Mom, do you want me to move the
mhm,
elf?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So it's a surprise for me to wake up in the morning time and see what they've done with the elf. But it excites me that they're a little bit excited for their
yeah,
siblings for it. But yeah, so
yeah.
I'm ready for Flurries to be over with, though. That is definitely one of the holiday
So
things.
same, same. And again, I don't know why I decided to add another one this year. Because we can't keep up with the one, but um I don't think Nick hasn't said he doesn't believe, but I don't think he does. Like he's kind of questioned like Santa and he's questioned the elf a couple of times. And it sucks because last year I didn't realize like Brooklyn had mentioned the elf and that she knew like the elf's not real or whatever, and that we do it. And we were in conversation one day and we were talking about Santa because Santa in our house,
Uh-huh.
this is how we celebrate it, is all of the gifts come from Santa. Like nothing comes from us. We don't put anything out before Christmas Eve. Like, so there's not one gift that goes underneath the tree and until Christmas Eve, wrap everything and then we put it all underneath the tree and then we're fucking exhausted at like 4 o'clock in the morning, going to sleep. And then the kids wake up. So I'm trying really, really hard not to spoil it for Nick, because like, again, I think he knows, but he hasn't physically said it. And until he says those exact words, I'm just not going to assume what we're talking about because I
Yeah.
definitely assumed what we were talking about with Brooklyn and I ruined it a little bit. But it's cool now having older kids because like Jordan very much helped me like wrap the gifts this year. And Brooklyn helps with other things. And I don't necessarily know that she would be good at rapping. I mean, she if she wanted to, she could. Um, but it's really cool having them older. And like one of the things that me and Marvin said that we really enjoy is like, all of these years the kids thought Santa, was doing all of this. And so it's really cool for when they find out that it's me and Marvin
Yeah.
behind everything because for so many years we made it so magical, for them. I mean, we've literally had Santa come to our house like before, like Christmas Eve. I mean, we've done like reindeer stuff outside. Like we usually do like footprints. I mean, we really do go all out to try to make it as magical as possible. And so then for them to find out and they're like, wait, so like everything was always from you guys and you guys did all
Yeah.
of that. And that's really cool to experience once they get older is the magic.
That, because that does sound magical to be like, oh gosh, you got Santa at your house, or oh my gosh, there's reindeer footprints outside. I mean, I had an eye in Isaiah when I was 18, so I've been in the game a long time, but the things that I do with or did with Anaya and Isaiah, I've started doing a little bit different with the younger kids and trying to implement different things. So, but I know for me, it's been cool like watching um
Yeah.
the older kids like enjoy watching their siblings. Like Anaya and Nazaya being excited about the elf with Kyla and
Yeah.
Corey. Like they're really putting thought into it so that their siblings can be excited. That part, I'm like, that's kind of my magical feeling. But I wish I would
Yeah.
have had reindeer prints. I wish I would have had the reindeer prints.
But it is different because again, being a young mom,
Yeah.
you get to like relive your childhood through your kids' eyes, and I don't remember a lot from my childhood. I really don't. My mom was a single mom. She struggled. She did her very best. And I remember like some special moments, but we went through so much trauma as a kid that again, I think like I blocked
Yeah.
out a lot of things. So I really don't remember a lot from my
I said,
childhood.
yeah.
And so it's really cool to just be able to see. So it's really cool to just, be able to go through that now with my kids and see the sparkle in their eye and, the excitement. But it is also so cool now having the older kids and getting them, seeing it through their eyes and getting their interaction with the younger kids. And I'm super excited this year for Christmas with Asher because, again, he's so young. And even though he doesn't have any idea what's going on and he really can't, like open presents, but we did buy him like two or three small things so that, Nick does, because Nick pays attention to everything, so that Nick doesn't question
Yeah.
like why Santa brought gifts for everyone, but not Asher, because we wouldn't have an answer for that. So, Marvin was like, no, he doesn't need gifts. Like, he can't even open them. And I was like, no, but in Nick's mind, he's going to play out like why Asher didn't get gifts if Santa brings the gifts. And so we grabbed him a couple of things. We went a lot smaller this year on gifts. The kids really didn't ask for much this year. And like, as far as like big gifts go, like they asked for like get ready with me stuff, like makeup and face masks and shit and hair
Yeah.
care and like just everyday things. So it was different this year shopping for them because I was just like there was so many times I was like, guys, can you
Uh-huh.
make a list? And I always tell my kids to make them early so I can start shopping early. And I'm like, y'all, can you redo your list? Mommy lost your list and I need to send it to Santa. Like, can you redo hoping that they would add more stuff or different stuff on their list, and they didn't. But Jordan in Brooklyn, it's cool because, they know. And so I'm like, y'all, can you like screenshot a
Yeah.
picture of what you want? Tell me the store it's at, So they make like slideshows for me now. And so then we go
Yeah.
into a store and me, and Marvin are on the phone and we're like, okay, check,
Yeah.
check, check, Nope,
And
that's
we
not it.
do
It was a
we
purple
do like
box. It was a purple box,
the Apple shared note. Tell them like if you want something specific, drop the link in the
Yeah.
notes section. So therefore I can just click the link and I can whoop 1, 2 instead of you being like, I want the this or that and it's round and oval. No, just send it so I can see it. The girls, when they sent their Christmas list, she's like, Dove body wash and earrings. And I'm like, dang, so you want Dove body wash, earrings, and Nike socks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I told my sister, I was like,
Like
I haven't really
literally
gotten
everyday
much,
things.
for the older girls, and I'll protect this because they'll probably listen to the podcast. But either way, she was like,
Yeah.
they're getting old now. They need socks and
Yeah.
pajamas. Like that's what their Christmas list needs to be. So if you got socks and pajamas, that's it for them. They're older. If they want big extravagant things, like they're older and they can start working for their big things. Like your job for them is to get them socks and pajamas. I was like, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
sounds like
that's
great
I
gifts though. Like, I want some socks and pajamas. Those aloe infused socks, man, don't get me started on some. I had a driver buy me aloe infused socks one year. Actually every year he used to buy me aloe infused socks and wine as a Christmas gift. And like I had no idea what they were until he gifted them to me one year. And you can get them in Walmart. They're like $3, $4 a pair, but they are literally like
Uh-huh.
the softest socks and they make your feet feel so like smooth and silky.
Oh,
Yeah. So, Walmart, here you go,
put me
aloe
on.
infused socks promo. Put me on. My feet are so silky smooth and soft right now. Yeah, they're literally life changing. They really are great socks. Like the second you slip your foot into them, you're gonna be like,
Yeah, I'm
shit, where were these my whole life?
I like fuzzy socks. That's how I know that I'm getting older. Because when the kids be like,
Yeah.
"Mom, what do you want?" And I'm like, "Well, anything cheetah print and pajamas." But my mom, for like the last 10 years, every time you ask her, does she want something, she always says pajamas. And I never, for the life of me, could figure out why the hell every time I asked her what she wanted, she would tell me pajamas. Like she tells us all that. And I'm like, how many pairs of freaking pajamas do you need?
Hmm.
And now I find myself being like, oh, I want some pajamas. I know that I'm getting older because to get a new fresh pair of pajamas, it like
Yeah.
lights up my whole soul.
Oh yeah.
But the muumuus are like, I don't know, $7. And they are the softest material that I've ever felt in my entire life. To sleep in, oh my gosh, it feels so good. I've got like 5 of them. I'm
Hmm.
obsessed with them. These things are the best things ever. But there again, that's because I'm getting older in age and I don't want to wear a brassiere and I'd rather just sit around in pajamas. I'd rather just sit. But we have been on here for a long time. Thank you guys for tuning in to our episode of Moms That Cuss. Thank you for listening. Until next time. All right, later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Moms That Cuss. If you laughed, related, or felt seen, go ahead and subscribe, share, or send this to another mom who needs the real stuff. Until next time, keep the chaos, the kids, and the clapbacks rolling.